Hey everybody, it's Byron from Musical Miles Podcast. Welcome to the BBR here in Chalice, Idaho. We are with
Judy Dickerson.
Judy Dickerson. So sorry, I forget people's names really quick unless I see them written down.
That's
But
okay.
Judy, tell us a little bit about your story. So you've worked here for the BBR in management for how many years?
About 15. We were actually trying to figure it out, but we think it's about 15 years.
About 15 years. So tell us a little bit about what you do, because without people like you and other people, it just takes a city. It takes a whole community, right, to put these things together and manage them.
Oh, absolutely. So prior to arriving to Idaho, because I'm actually in Texas, I go through their information emails and answer questions, fix problems, and get a receipt, take care of that, all the good stuff prior leading up here. Then when I get to Idaho and get here in Chalice, I do early check-in and help everybody get in so that our gates move smoother and get that taken care of. And then just handle all the any issues, our guest list, our will calls, volunteer staffing, and anything else that's needed.
How many people does it take to run this festival?
Well, there's so many different. I mean, I really couldn't tell you a number because it's hard to say, because I'm the front gates,
Right.
Then we have ticketing, then we have production. So by the time you take that, you also have merch. So by the time you take those groups, it's anywhere upwards to 100 plus.
Right.
So, but there's different people that oversee those areas.
Right. Well, this is something that we all take for granted as fans, right? Until this point, to have the opportunity to meet you and hear your story a little bit. Been here 15 years at the BBR, but this isn't the only festival that you take care of, that you work.
No.
So what's the other one?
My only other one now is Mile Zero Fest in Key West. That happens every year in January. Yeah. But I've done a number of festivals, from Music Fest in Steamboat, Medicine Stone, which was Turnpike's festival, Walt Wilkins Festival in Texas. So a handful. And most of the time I'm independent. I get contracted out.
Okay.
So these people know what I've done and know what I can handle.
Know your reputation. They know that they can count on you to get the job done. And that's
absolutely.
Cool.
Absolutely.
That's cool. You've built up your reputation over the years, and that's really cool. Well, what a cool job, because you're right here in the thick of it, right? You get to be right here in the middle of it with all the artists and with the promoters, and that's kind of a unique experience that most people don't get to see, that side of the business.
Oh, absolutely. And, over years, it's not really working with the artist. To me, it's like working with family.
Right.
It's just a family to me.
Right.
So,
right. Well, they have definitely built a family foundation here in their fans.
Oh, absolutely.
And, we have been fortunate to have interviewed several of the fans here at the festival this week, and found some super fans. Actually found a gal that I interviewed this morning that's actually seen Mickey and the Motorcars 70 times.
Yep.
And I'm sure she's not alone. There's super fans like that everywhere. We interviewed a guy the other day from Pocatello, Idaho, that has been coming, I think, at least 30 years to this festival. And we think, and maybe you can clarify this, but we think this might be the oldest festival, if not one of the oldest festivals in the country.
This is my 20th year to be in the industry. So I know there's been festivals, but I don't feel like on this magnitude.
Right.
I'm born and raised in Austin, Texas. And because of that, we always had music there.
Right.
So it's really hard for me to step back, because we had what they called Aquafest, which was years and years ago. And there's different things. So this is long-standing, 40 years.
40 years is a long time.
We'd have to do some serious research to find out if there's.
Well, hopefully we're gonna get to sit down with Muzzy here in the next few weeks.
Okay.
And he's coming to a little venue just not very far from our house, a little place called Bone, Idaho. So
nice.
We're hoping to get to sit down with Muzzy and have a conversation with him. But I got to think it's one of the oldest for sure, and it's definitely one of the festivals that has had some of the artists have been here many years, like Cody Canada.
Yeah.
And we're actually going to interview Cody this afternoon. We're hoping to get a little more details on that. But I think I heard him say that he thinks somewhere around 15 to 20 years, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, almost his whole career.
Yeah.
There, so.
Well, one of the cool things that I can tell you, we actually talked about that this morning, was it's very family friendly, family oriented. And in my 15 years, I've watched little ones come through the gates and now they're old enough to drink.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's like, okay, what's going on here?
Right,
but
right,
it's
right.
It, because of stuff like this, it
Yeah.
just, it's really cool.
Well, it's really, really cool. And you know what? We're really, really grateful that we got a chance to meet you.
Well, thank you.
And we look forward to seeing you, hopefully, at Mile Zero Fest again. We've been twice.
Okay.
And we want to come back. We went in 19 and 20.
Yeah.
And so we haven't been back since, but we have some friends that are really pushing us to go. And now with the podcast, we probably need to be there. So.
Yeah, it's another great festival. Very different festivals, different feel.
Yeah.
It's not as kid friendly. It's
more of an adult place.
Right, it is. And I kind of would kind of say it's more like a boutique festival, and only because of it costs to be there.
Oh, it's expensive to be there. It's not cheap, but it's worth the trip. If you've never been, Mile Zero Fest is incredible, and Key West is such a cool town.
Oh yeah.
And after the festival, not after, but after the main stage, they all show up at Irish Kevin's and at Smoking Tuna, and it just goes. All those bars are just loaded with not only fans but artists. And cool thing about this festival that we love is that the artists they get the opportunity to be a fan as well. So you see them in the crowd here.
Yeah, and I think that's what everybody loves about it. It's like you walk over and they're standing, Cody and Shannon are standing out there watching the show too.
Yeah, yeah. And their kids are here, and their kids have grown up in this industry, right?
Yeah.
You've seen them. So anyway, Judy, thank you so much.
You.
We just absolutely enjoy meeting new people and getting to know people and sharing their experience and their relationship to this industry and to the music. And we know you do this because you love the music.
I do. I love it. And then again, you know, it definitely helps when you love the people that put it on, that are the musicians, not as a musician, but as a friend people. And a family. Yeah. I don't treat them like.
Yeah. Well, they're people.
Yeah.
They really, truly are.
They are.
Hey, thank you again so much.
No problem.
We look forward to seeing you in Key West.
Okay. Hope to see you there.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
From Musical Miles Podcast, I'm Byron. Adios.